Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bitwarden Brilliance. Just get to the slides. So Bitwarden Brilliance is something that we hold on the third Thursday of every single month. A member of the integration team will present a demonstration of some technical aspect of the Bitwarden platform. And today we are going to be presenting the topic, Bitwarden Secrets Manager in a GitHub Actions CI/CD workflow. Woo, cue in all the fun music and loud cheer. Also today, we actually have a special situation where we don't have one, but we have two integration engineers. Myself, my name is Kat, and my colleague, Fernando. Fernando, introduce yourself.
Hi, Kat. How are you doing? I'm Fernando Gonzalez, an integration engineer team on the Bitwarden team, and a colleague of Kat as well. So yeah, we work with our enterprise customers to ensure either smooth and secure integration. So yeah, if you're already using Bitwarden or thinking about it, feel free to reach out.
Sounds great. Awesome. Thanks, Fernando. Okay, so let's look at the agenda for today. So first of all, we always do this in every single Brilliant session, just go over a quick overview of Bitwarden. And then we're going to go into Bitwarden Secrets Manager, and I'll be doing a mini demo on it just so we can all kind of get on the same page and familiarize ourselves with the product, because later on, Fernando's going to be demonstrating that. So yeah, a little demo of Secrets Manager. Then we have the Bitwarden Vault Stats Workflow GitHub project, which Fernando will be presenting. So this is basically the GitHub project that we will be using as a demonstration. Really, your GitHub project could be anything, but this is one that Fernando came up with. It's super fun, a very simple and yet very informative example of what you can do with our tools, our CLI, Bitwarden Send, and things like that. And Fernando will go through all of that.
Really simple.
Yeah, really simple. And then at the same time, we can demonstrate how GitHub, our Secrets Manager integration with GitHub Actions. So it's going to be really exciting. After showing you the project and what the project does itself, we will actually run the GitHub Actions workflow with Bitwarden Secrets Manager live. And then we'll go into questions and answers. Awesome. Okay, so let's get started. Kind of going over why Bitwarden, right? So it's secure, obviously, end-to-end encrypted, zero knowledge, easy to use, very, very intuitive with a nice, we have a nice new UI update as well. So that's something that's been really fun and exciting. It's transparent. We are the only fully open source password manager out there. So, you know, it's kind of a way of saying, you know, you don't have to trust us. You can trust the millions of eyes that are on the code. We have both our auditors as well as, you know, a bunch of community members also auditing our code. It's very deployable. You know, there are so many platforms. There's the mobile app, there's the desktop app, the browser extension. So you can really deploy all those to all your employees in an enterprise use case. And synchronize as well. So it syncs across all your devices and platforms. So instead of just being limited to, you know, your mobile device or something, all your passwords are just on there and you can't use it on your computer. Using Bitwarden allows you to synchronize everything, right? Which is very useful with all the password developments that are coming in with things like passkeys. It's shareable. I think this is one of the best features about Bitwarden, where really the whole product was designed for an enterprise sharing model. You know, if you use the password manager on your own, you know, you don't always need to share things, but in an organization, you need a very scalable and robust sharing model. So I really like the use of our collections to kind of organize the sharing process. Customer-centric, we are always listening to our customers and prioritizing different feature requests based on, you know, our enterprise use cases. So yeah, Fernando and I are always working with customers to help everyone find solutions to how to use the platform. We have a really great community. I think because of the open source nature, we just attract such a cool community, and kind of like the projects that we showcase on Brilliance are the kind of projects that you'll see on the community, and people are just finding such interesting ways, whether that's a self-hosted setup or certain API actions that you can set up to automate and make things easier for you. So I really love hanging out in the community, and it's available wherever you are. So those are just some of the reasons why we love our product and we love being able to use it. All right. Okay, now getting into Bitwarden Secrets Manager. So we have our password manager, and that's our bread and butter. That's what we are well known for. I think a lot of people might not know too much about Secrets Manager, though. And I think a lot of times you see Secrets Manager somewhere, but you're like, what does it really do? So I kind of wanted to go over that so that everyone's clear on what it's meant to do. Typically, people who are on calls like these will already know, what Secrets Manager is used for. But yeah, just giving a walkthrough. So to start with, Bitwarden Secrets Manager is an open source and end-to-end encrypted solution that provides a secure way for development teams to store, manage, rotate, share, and programmatically retrieve developer secrets in a streamlined and automated fashion. So these can include database passwords, private encryption keys, authentication certificates, environment variables, and other secrets used across the landscape of a development cycle that needs to be properly secured. So I'm just going to escape out of this presentation for a second, go into my vault, and so I can demonstrate real quickly. So I'm starting over here where the password manager is, right? So one thing that I like to show is that Secrets Manager is integrated really well into Password Manager. So you don't have to be managing on a completely separate platform secrets, as well as, a password manager on a separate platform. So what I'm going to do is jump into the admin console over here. And this is only admin and owners will be able to see this, and just show you guys from billing where you can activate the Secrets Manager subscription. So here we have the password manager, and here's the subscription seats for that. And then just down here, you'll see their Secrets Manager. So once you activate that and pay for the licensing for the seats, you would then have access to Secrets Manager. Now, before I go in here, I also want to show how you give access to your team Secrets Manager. So basically, if you go into any of these members, you can see over here, there's this Secrets Manager, and it says activate user access to Secrets Manager. And if this is enabled, then this user will have access to Secrets Manager. You can also select multiple people at once. Let's say these guys need access to Secrets Manager, and you would just activate Secrets Manager from here. So once that is activated, let's jump into the Secrets Manager platform and take a look over here. Okay, so over here we have projects, and the secrets are down here. And just to show an example, I have, the Cat's Meow website and app. That's my demo account. And here is where the secrets are stored. And there's a UID that's associated with every single secret. So this is what you would put into your code, right? And Fernando will show that later in the CI in the GitHub Actions workflow YAML file. So it knows where to retrieve those, which secret to retrieve, basically, right? And then over here in this tab, we have the people. So I can either give access to one individual user, or I can also add the groups. And these groups will be based on, if you're using skim provisioning, they'll be automatically synced that way, but they will match what you have in your admin console. So yeah, it makes it really easy. If my whole engineering team is going to be working on this project, that's who I'm going to give access to. And finally, we have machine accounts. So machine accounts are basically non-human users. So like a machine that needs to access the secrets, right? So GitHub Actions is a perfect example of this, where it needs to retrieve the secrets these secrets to deploy, my website and application, right? And you basically, what you do here is you add a machine account, and Fernando will show this later as well. It will create an access token, and then you take that access token and put it into, in this example, GitHub Actions. And once it has that access token, it can then, authenticate and decrypt the secrets for use in production. So I think that's mostly it with, yeah, I'm thinking, did I miss anything,
Yeah.
Fernando?
No, I don't think so. A project, machine account, access token, people who can modify those secrets as well, or have some permission on top of it. And yeah, then the machine account is something that you will typically use from a headless environment. Well, in our case, it's going to be the our workflow, right, on GitHub. It's just not a desktop application running. It's a CLI that is just retrieving all this good data in order to consume it for another purposes.
Retrieving it securely.
Retrieving them securely. We're going to see them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay,
Secrets.
cool. Awesome. So
Yeah.
yes, secrets. Secrets.
Don't tell anyone.
Yes. Back to back to the slides. Yeah, okay, so the next thing we are going to get into now is this Bitwarden Vault Stacks workflow. So this is basically the name of the project that we've been working on. And we have it saved on a GitHub organization called Bitwarden Labs. So Bitwarden Labs is basically our integration team playground. It's an organization with all our sample scripts. They're not considered official, but they're kind of like the experimental projects that we make to demonstrate the ways the platform can be utilized with all the technical capabilities that our product provides. So yeah, I think the next slide will just go into this project, right?
Yeah. If you want, I can take it over, or
yeah. Why don't you show it on your screen?
Yeah, let me just share my screen on here. Yeah, you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, we just wanted to illustrate all these good things about Secrets Manager by reusing more Bitwarden products. So before we just run into the full demo, we wanted to just walk through features that this practical example is making use of them. For instance, we're going to combine GitHub Actions, retrieving secrets from Secrets Manager, and use those credentials in order to log into the Bitwarden Vault. Could be personal, individual vault, anyone's account actually, through the CLI tool, in order to generate some statistics up on them, and then potentially send them through Send. So we before we just jump onto all of that, first thing to be mentioned, we have many secret manager integrations that you could use, but the most appealing one probably is this workflow, right, Kat? Where
Adam did the last Brilliance session on an Ansible integration, right?
Yeah. Also, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So actions are in an environment where CI/CD makes sense. Makes sense to compile a code within secrets that you are already retrieving on Secrets Manager before you deploy them, or just provision these environment variables, or just variables for your database credentials in your server, etc., to just build them in runtime, right? So whenever you are compiling this solution that you are building on your repository, all those credentials that you need, for instance, API keys and etc., that's how you would retrieve from the secret manager's action reusable workflow all these credentials. The only thing that you will need to have is just an access token, like Kat also explained, in order to link your project with GitHub, and then retrieve all those secrets from there.
Well, also to grant access, right? To let it authenticate and decrypt that data.
to this non how do you call it? Like I like the
Non-human,
non-human, exactly.
non-human user, It's not AI, it's just
It is not AI. It's
it's just
just
a non-human user, a machine account.
it's a runner.
It's a runner, yes, that's a good way to describe it. Yeah, and just to clarify, you're saying we're talking about GitHub Actions a bit, right? It will really depend on what automation workflow that you set up, right? Like that will be very different for everyone. So it just depends on what you're setting up and what secrets it needs to access.
So since GitHub Actions is more related to CI/CD, there are some other places where you will be also interested in consuming secrets that you hold. So under Secrets Manager, it could be code directly. So that's why you see some libraries integrations as well. So if you need just to consume them, on the fly, you can also do it through your access token. Again, this is not a machine. It's a program that is retrieving the secrets in order to be consumed right at that moment. For the workflow part, it's more like a compound of steps, right? Like a recipe that you are compounding in order to, in our example, it would be to compose some basic statistics out of our vault, right? So we're going to just go through those steps in the workflow in order to, retrieve the secrets from Secrets Manager, and then login, because the Password Manager CLI in itself is also the headless way of interacting with your vault. It's a vault manager in the same way that we have a web vault, or a desktop application, or Android or iOS application. The Password Manager in itself, it's also a password manager. The CLI tool, sorry, Password Manager CLI tool, it's a password manager in itself as well. So from
it's
here,
basically
you can perform,
like our other clients.
it's just another client. So once you log in, you have access to your vault in the same way, in the same fashion that you would do it from desktop. Yeah. Well, this is still password manager, right? With I think you explained also in the beginning, we had a slide about what the password manager, Bitwarden, what it's important for this password manager. But in a part of Secrets Manager, we have also something called Send. But so Bitwarden Send, it's also
one of
another
my
service.
favorite tools.
Sometimes it goes under the radar. I would agree with that. So Bitwarden Send is a secure and ephemeral way of transmitting up to either 1,000 encrypted characters files or just files up to 500 megabytes. I think it's 100 on mobile. Basically what you would do is encrypting some text or file in order to share it externally. So it generates a unique secure link that then you can share through email or chat. We do quite a lot here on Bitwarden, or any other communication channel, right? Our customers are really creative about it. So just as an idea, we thought that in our workflow, we could just leverage Send to deliver all these vault statistics, right? So as a first step, we retrieve our secrets from Secrets Manager, then we log into our vault, we get all our vault items, and then we run some statistics that we can share in the end through Bitwarden Send. That's the idea.
Right, and you're describing the code of your project, right? This is not the
steps of my workflow. More than because here it just we're going to just rely on a workflow. It's just on one single file. There's not going to be code, not much code, but utilizing all these tools like Bitwarden Send. But if what we see right now here on this slide is the Bitwarden Send for web, but surely we have also the Bitwarden Send for the CLI. So we can also automate this in a headless way. Now we have all the ingredients that we can have for our next our idea, right? So, Kat, have you ever looked at your Bitwarden Vault and wondered what's really inside this thing? How many passwords do I have? How many secure notes that I have forgotten about?
Actually, now that you're talking about it, small story. There was one time where I was actually working on, very large vault data, you know, just like testing it, and I couldn't figure out where to get my vault stats, like how many items do I have right now. So actually I have had that problem before, so this GitHub workflow would have helped me with that.
Yeah, probably you just went to the CLI tool and run exactly the same commands, but now you have them all in one workflow, so you don't have to anymore. I just need to
Exactly.
update on Secrets Manager, maybe potentially your email and your master password, and there you go. You will receive in a send all your vault statistics. Yeah, nice.
That is correct.
Yeah, so our recipe, right? The code that you were saying, you were mentioning just a second ago. Would this recipe, this code would need to do? Well, you know, in the beginning, it will need to retrieve the Bitwarden secrets, ensuring that we use we're just using the pre-built GitHub action to for Secrets Manager to securely fetch the sensitive data. Yes, it's a pre-built, it's out there. Have to do anything with it, just use it and benefit from it. And then we can get from Bitwarden using the access token. That access token that we have to link, we link the machine account with the repository through this access token. And then those retrieved secrets are assigned to environment variables that we can use later on, right? We're going to use that email and master password from step one in order to, in step two, no, because we are installing the CLI tool. Let's remember that these workflows are running in Runner, and you decide which flavor you want it to be. So in this case, it's going to be Ubuntu, and yeah, the CLI tool needs to be there. GitHub doesn't know anything about any tool at that point, so you install your own tools, which is a good thing because you are reprovisioning from scratch these runners, right? And just ensuring that every run looks the same. And then as a third step, we just simply log in using that Bitwarden Password Manager CLI tool we just saw, using the previously retrieved email and master password from Secrets Manager. Amazing. And that step ensures that, you know, we are authenticated at that step in the workflow. For unlock, because for those who have been with Bitwarden for a while, we know that we just had decoupled the login process into two processes, right? So what would be
very, very important detail.
Yeah, authenticated. Oh, sorry.
Step 3 is authenticate, and then step 4 is decryption.
There you go. Thank you. It's cracking up there in between.
He's too excited about unlocking the vaults, you know.
I'm even more excited about step 5, which is generating the statistics, where, you know, at that moment, I'm just having actual access to all my vault items. Either they're duplicated, or they're 1,000, or there are a couple of hundreds. I don't know how many you have, but I might gather a couple of hundreds in there. And yeah, we count specific types of items in the vault. And namely, we have logins, cards, identities, and secure notes. Those are the 4 different types that we're having using the CLI tool. I will show also the magic line that does that, but nothing too magic because it's just the CLI tool in action. And then as a step 6, create that Bitwarden send with all those item counts so you can share it with your friends and family, or maybe just you know, just get it or timely in case that you're just saving stuff into your vault, and then at a certain point you don't know how much. Okay, well, send me this thing every month. You could also automate this workflow to send you periodically the statistics or any other thing that you want to do in between. Let's remember that we have vault access to all your items in there, so you could run any kind of report if you want it.
Would you share your vault stats with your family?
I hope not. I hope not. I hope you don't.
I mean, this is not, we're not saying vault data, just, you know, you have 500 items or something like that, right?
Well, maybe, you know, as that step, because we're just trying to use as many of the Bitwarden products as possible, right? So Secrets Manager, but also the CLI from the from the terminal, and then Bitwarden Send. But maybe, you know, for that last step, you want to maybe send a regular email, which you have also pre-built GitHub workflow actions as well. For you just embed in there, you put your username and password. And really, it's really versatile. you could just simply send the report by email if you wanted, or have any
Yeah.
other output.
Yeah, I mean, basically step 5, like we decided as an example to generate vault stats, right? But you could
Yeah,
put anything. You could put anything into that send, right? So
correct.
it's pretty cool.
Here, mainly the goal is just to be able to consume that email and master password that we have in Secrets Manager
From Secrets
in order to
Manager.
do
Yeah.
something productive, which is just logging into a vault. And since we're there in the vault, we just run a small statistic and we send it to VSN.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds
So
perfect.
yeah, step 6, we'll generate the Bitwarden send with all the item count, and then the send can be valid for 7 days. Or, as you know, send this link, it can be self-destructible, right? Or you can time bomb it to one view. So I can send it to you,
Hmm.
and you only have one opportunity to see it, or I can even encrypt it with some of the password. I can also protect this link with some of the password that I can maybe give to the recipient, but through some other channel, and then we don't need to
Yeah.
send that email anymore. It depends. We've seen
Yeah, I
here
mean,
in the
as you said, it flies under the radar a bit, right?
yeah.
Our Bitwarden send, but it's like it's so awesome. I use it
Yeah,
for like everything, you know. Like I'm just always using Bitwarden send to do anything practically.
it's gonna make the best out of our demo. You will see. Here it's a little bit more detail of what is happening behind the scenes. For those who really want to see, like okay, email and password they are in Secrets Manager, but then we need to connect them both to an access token, and that access token is the one. Sorry. Uh, Go back one. Yeah, that access token is the one that we just give to the SM Actions version 2 to the pre-built Bitwarden Secrets Manager action, an action that is already there out for you to use. And we fit it not only with the access token, but also with the email and the master password that we just got in from directly from Secrets Manager, and it's all in the open. And then, as a third step, uh, now that we have that email in plain text and master, well, the plain text is all secret, only resides inside this run of the workflow, and you will see how they will appear also in the GitHub action results. You can really read these variables from the outside, and if you want it. They only exist inside this environment. So once we have the email, the master password, and we ensure that we have the CLI also in place, we log in, unlock, which is authenticating, and the other one is encrypting. We generate the statistics with that BW session token. The CLI2 is also utilizing a environment variable that we can use from invocation to invocation. So we don't have to provide a master password in each step. So the session token will just reuse that session that we have opened up in the beginning. And basically we can just simply go there. So as you see here, we have, all those integrations that we just talked about. We're going to just, have a look to this one, the GitHub Actions, where we're going to use this pre-built flow. As you see, these instructions, that access token we have talked about. You will just typically come here and in one of the machine accounts, which is this GitHub Actions. This a known human account that we are getting. We having this access token, right? And then GitHub Actions, this access token that I cannot really can only revoke it. I can only generate it once, and you copy it once, and the idea is that it's not laying around. So in GitHub Actions, it will happen exactly the same. So here at the settings of this repo, which is already online, Bitwarden Labs, you will find publicly available this vault stat workflow. So if you go to secrets and variables, you go to actions, this is where we place our access token. So we have
Nice.
that linkage in there. And just to show a little bit more of the structure that we just had in here. So I have my project. Inside my project, I have two secrets, right? So one
Mhm.
is my my username, which is my email for my Bitwarden Vault, something that I'm using for testing stuff, and then my master password. I'm not going to open this one because then you will
Don't
know
click
my
it.
master password. I will click it.
Don't
So,
click it.
and then we have this machine account, right? That can read, has access to read only, cannot really write those permissions from the workflow. The workflow will only have access from this machine account only to read through that access token. And so it will be reflected in event logs. So, and then there are also two people that, can modify also the secrets. One is Kat and one is me.
That's us.
Yeah, that's us. Maybe you can update your credentials later and we can see your vault statistics.
That sounds
Um,
good.
Sounds good. Yeah. Well, yeah, deal. Yeah. So now that we have explained where the access token is everywhere, maybe a little mention on how we just link these secrets from the code itself. And well, we copied these UIDs, these unique identifiers, are to provide inside the Secrets Manager. So the pre-built GitHub Action Secrets Manager action knows where to look up. So in the repo itself, if we open the code, which is just here, just one single file, you will see here that we see these IDs, and these IDs are exactly those same IDs that you're seeing here. Yeah. So one for the email, and another one for the master password. This is the step in the workflow where we retrieve those secrets securely. And
And
I,
basically, you don't have any hard coded secrets that way.
someone might say that this is a hard-coded secret because
That's a
why are
hard
you?
coded UUID.
That's an excellent point. Thank you for bringing it up. So if a computer could generate 1 billion with B UUIDs per second, it would take over 10 quintillion, I don't even know how to say it, quintillion years to try to just guess all these possible IDs. So in itself, it's not a security measure. UIDs can be safely
Well,
consumed as GitHub Action Secrets in workflow, as they are computationally infeasible to guess. However, just for those who are still complaining about having some of the checks on their code where they really cannot have this long UID sitting in the code, you could also have it as a GitHub variable where you just output it here, and
yeah.
then just you don't have this code in there, and they still have the flexibility to be able to rotate that email and password, just changing for your credentials instead of mine. Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to add as well, just because even if you were to guess the UID, right, it doesn't matter because it doesn't have the access token, so it can't read
Indeed.
it.
Can't
So
read it, indeed. Yeah, and that in combination with the access token, end of the
yeah.
story. It would be really impossible. But if you were to guess any of these UID just separately, it's computationally impossible.
Yeah.
Uh, well, in here, just explain a little bit more of the code. So this is the step where I'm downloading the CLI tool that like you would do in your computer. As you see, we are displaying on workflow dispatch. So this is a manual. Uh, it could be on pull or push, but now here for the purpose of this exercise, we just trigger the workflow manually, as we don't need these statistics to be dependent on any event, just whenever we want, right? And so we install in this step the CLI tool, amazing, and then we log in, and as you see, the session is here when we unlock, and that's a session that we are reusing in the next step. Here's when we do the count up. This is where we make use of the CLI tool. So here, after I logged in into my vault, I'm listing items, and then I'm just simply filtering them to see how many I have of each, and then it shows me the count for login, for cards, for all these things. And then the other part for the send, because we have said that
Did you
send.
did you have to tally it, or is the command just pull it? Because list items would list the items.
List items here.
Oh, yeah, you use length. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, easy way of counting up all the item types in here.
Yeah.
With a small function. Before I had like a 4 BW list items, but that's a little bit computationally expensive again. So better to have just one call and get all the data from one single call.
Nice.
What else? Oh yeah, the create send. So this is the step. As you see, nothing has been different from the steps that we just told in the slides. Everything is the same, just respecting the plan for our recipe. So in here, we are just, where is it? Again, BW and then send, because send is also an option of our password manager, even in the CLI.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you could do all these actions from a visual code. It's really simple to fetch all GitHub actions. Are they pending? Monitor also the steps and have everything in one go. But for the sake of this demo, whenever we come here to actions and we click on our workflow. Here I can run a new workflow. I will show you. Did you change your credentials? Did you change your credentials?
No, I thought you were running yours first.
Okay, well then
run yours and then I'll change it.
Okay. So here I have mine still. I don't have Cat's yet. So exciting. I'm gonna just run mine. When you have it, then you just close some stuff. Go, and then we simply run whatever we have on main. Then this is retrieving my secrets, logging into my personal vault, and generating some statistic.
Look at that.
Here, just inflated the CLI tool, unlocking the vault, counting the items. Ooh, taking a while. I might have a bunch of them.
Might have.
Look,
there we are.
I have 477.
How cool is that?
477.
Cool.
It's not cool. You rather have less is more. Less logins, less cards, less everything.
No, but it's cool that this GitHub action just ran, like, and it just did all the steps, it was able to go into your account in a secure way, right?
In a secure way, including descending, right? So I don't know, because of the screen sharing. Something to note, because as you see here, logging into Bitwarden CLI. Here I try to output the email, but the email is something that is just being held by Secrets Manager, so it will never show in a GitHub action. So actually, it's here where we retrieve the secrets, and you will see that whenever we use the secrets, we never expose them. For instance, here, echo master password, the login, it will never show.
Echo *****.
Even here, I if you try like, okay, I'm just sending this Bitwarden send URL for this person, you wouldn't see it if it came from a Secrets Manager. And any of these steps will also fail if you just, fail on setting up the UUID correctly.
Or if you did not put the access token.
I think this is the same that I just sent. And this is for my account. And it's I toggle the visibility. And I have 477 logins, 54 cards, 188. I need some cleanup. Well,
I mean, 477 logins sounds okay. I don't know why you have 108 identities, though. I think that's very questionable, potentially criminal behavior.
Well, it's my contact list that I'm having in there. So
I see.
I'm also using a Bitwarden as my
address
agenda
book.
Address book, indeed. Yeah.
Interesting. I never thought to do that.
I think that's the end of it.
That's the end of it, but I updated the secrets just now.
No,
So I did. If you go
Yeah.
on,
Well,
go
just
on
there.
Secrets Manager. Secrets Manager first.
Oh, wait. So you are there
Oh,
yourself because oh, there
there
we
it
go.
is. I did
Okay.
it behind the scenes.
Wow, look at it. Um, well, let's just run this workflow again and see how many items do you have in your. Wow. So at the end of the process, because we just logged in into your vault for you, you will also have a Bitwarden send in the send part in Bitwarden, where you will have the send in case that you want to delete it yourself. If you don't want to have like a public link out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I just have go quickly to your.
Going through the same steps.
Yeah. So let's see
But
how
I've
many. I know.
rotated the secrets.
Oh, you have only 14. See how you see? This is what I am for. And here in the send, it's coming from your account, and you are sharing
Mm-hmm.
this send
Nice.
with the people. And here you have your item count. So yeah, that finalizes the this demonstration of this real simple example. It could be anything. You could have even a more complex report in there. You could, I don't know, just run our integration scripts directly from here for any
Mm-hmm.
other administrative task that you might run on your Vault. So yeah, pretty versatile and yeah, and pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, what I guess the example shows is also just I was able to rotate the secrets, right? Because I'm one of the people on the project. So I
Exactly.
rotated the secrets and GitHub Actions picked up those secrets, same UUIDs in real
Hmm.
time, right?
Correct. Or
So,
and we even have a CLI tool for Secrets Manager itself,
mhm, mhm,
where you could even plan to consume all the secrets differently or rotate them differently as well, where you can also update them, edit them.
mhm, mhm.
So in the case that you need something more dynamic, there's even another CLI tool to aid the process. So yeah,
Absolutely.
cool. So 14 logins.
Yes, that is my demo accounts though. So I have a little more than 14 in real life.
Okay. Wow, cool.
Yeah, well, that was really awesome. So we basically went over Secrets Manager, and then we went over this project, which is just an example of how you could use GitHub Actions, the integration that we have with Secrets Manager and GitHub Actions. And in this example, we just decided to use the email and master password as a login to create this vault statistics and wrap it up in a send and send it over, right? And all of that happened on GitHub Actions. So it's just it's mini coding on a YAML file, right? Like a compose, right? And yeah,
And
we can
hitting
see that,
and hitting a button and hitting the workflow in the end manually.
right?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. But the secrets are, not hard coded. They are secure. We can rotate them, and we didn't even need to change anything in GitHub Actions, and it just pulled in the updated secrets.
There you go. How awesome is that?
It's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. Okay, yeah. Well, thank you so much,
Thank you.
Fernando.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
also,
This was a
Kat.
lot of fun.
My
Yeah,
pleasure.
so much
Let's
fun.
do it more often.
We should. We definitely need to do more brilliance with Fur and Cat, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, if you have
absolutely.
any questions, you can enter them in the chat, and we will answer them. Or you can always reach out to us if you have a question about our product or anything like that. But hopefully this was a helpful example of how to make use of Secrets Manager and all the benefits it comes with. So
You.
cool. Awesome. All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.